Alright guys, today we're going to be watching a Groovy Gavin video. We've watched his channel before. Anyways, this video is about were the 2016 killer clowns real? Now, I lived that time period, you probably lived that time period, so let's get into this video.
In 2016, there were tons of rumors of killer clowns all over America.
Creepy clown sighting in the East Bay turned violent today.
There were thousands of clown sightings, thousands of videos, go, with hundreds
Yo, that
of
clown getting
millions
closer
of
to you,
views.
bro.
And it got so bad that on Halloween in certain areas, they banned clown costumes.
It's against the law, and it's also against city ordinance.
It's against the law to wear a clown costume now. Okay.
But were there actually clowns killing people, and how did this whole thing even start? I have a lot of plans
Bimbo the
to try
clown.
to figure this out, including going to
Yo,
areas where the actual-
whoa. You are not slick, gang. We see that.
I have a lot of
That YouTube ad revenue is coming in, bro. Look at that diamond. Look at this chains around his neck. Yo, that YouTube. Yo.
including
I
going to
see.
the areas where the actual clown sightings were reported to the police. But first,
I'm gonna go over the situation a little bit more. The
Oh,
thing
I think I remember this dude
most
from the last
was
video.
The videos, the like scary ones that were going mega viral were from this guy named DM Pranks, and every single one of the videos is taken down. It was literally like people's heads getting bashed in, people getting sawed in half, and they're doing it in front of real people.
Sorry, what? Now I don't remember much about the like 2016 clown incidents. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's the reason a lot of people are scared of clowns today. Look at this one.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know, I'll just blur the part.
That's a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes, bro, and one clown. Okay, I'm sorry.
Look at this. That's crazy. Yeah. And then
Wait, I was wrong. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 dudes.
he
Yeah.
starts like legitimately chasing them.
so now that we knew why there was such a big panic, it was time to figure out how it started and if there were
It started with
actually
him.
killer clowns. The first thing on my list was to meet up with someone who worked as a clown at the time to see if maybe they had any idea.
All right, so I'm here with Candy. Great to meet you. And
Candy the clown.
I'm just kind of curious.
Bro,
like,
yo, I'm not trying to be mean, but imagine you're like your job being a professional clown. You have to be like infinitely funny, bro. Like, there's no way you're not like infinitely funny.
here with Candy. Great to meet you. And
Nice to meet you too.
I'm just kind of curious about like how you got into being a clown. What inspired you to do that?
At one point, there was a clown leader that I had run into, and I decided that I would get involved with that. I learned from the
Does this fucking shirt say Ghost Edgers? What the fuck?
clowns,
Yo, Groovy Gavin, you watching this video right now? Hook me up with one of those shirts, bro.
how to do the basics. And then when the clown crisis hit, we all decided we changed the name to Family and Variety Entertainers, because we could do the things that we've always done, but not with all the makeup on.
You kind of brought it up there, but what were your initial thoughts when that whole thing in 2016 started happening?
I've
Yeah, it
seen
was
this
tough
video
on
go
us
around. The
because-
last one, this
That
one
whole
right
thing in-
here. I've seen this video going around back in the day.
2016 started happening.
Yeah, it was tough on us because these people were running around doing stupid things when it came out. It really didn't hit us until they actually started hurting people. And then that's when
Yeah.
everybody was afraid of clowns. And it really killed our industry for a while.
And I know a lot of clowns that do this for a living, and it's been hard.
Yeah, no, people weren't calling for clowns.
We're kind of trying to figure out like if it was entirely rumors or there were people actually out there doing stuff.
They would chase people down with knives. I know that they were hurting people.
I always wanted to
With
clown
a
on my
fucking knife? Bro, this is why every time I gotta go... I'm sorry.
birthday as a kid.
No,
And
you
this
didn't get
is-
one?
No. It's not actually my birthday, but if we could like pretend.
Okay.
You were very quick with it.
Yo, guys, my birthday was yesterday. Do you guys want to give... Do you guys want to give me a happy late birthday? Oh my god, I can't with this soundboard, bro.
This is impressive.
Oh, this is my easy balloon. That was a sword.
This is a sword.
I did the sword. I was gonna
That's a weird ass sword. That's a weird sword. That's like a sword from Minecraft.
Now that we knew something was Indeed, definitely actually happening with clowns in 2016. My new question was how extreme. Cindy seemed to think that there were people actually getting injured from clowns, but what else? And were there any actual murders? To find that out, I got 3 of the locations with the most reported sightings of killer clowns in 2016 that we're gonna look more into, starting with Oakland, California.
So behind me is the library.
Of course it's California,
I'm
bro.
stopping at the library first because a lot of times they got public records and documentation of this sort of thing. If there's any public records or anything we could look through.
Yeah. Actually, the history.
You just go to a fucking library. Yo, can I get all the records you have of 2016 clown incidents, please?
Oh my god.
I meant to do this one. Doesn't even fucking matter now.
There were rumors of basically killer clowns in 2016 in this area, and I was just wondering if there was any documentation or anything. So a lot of it is...
Yeah, a bunch of people died in this area in 2016. I was wondering if you guys had any records of those people dying and who died and how they died and, you know, exactly why they died and, you know, how they died and, you know, that.
Calling other people clowns. They called Trump a clown here. Oh, this year's nationwide clown scare. Wait, this might be it. Clown-related threats have been made to schools in Oakland, among other cities.
Schools?
Man wearing clown suit tried abducting a 1-year-old.
It was at this bus stop that she met the clown, a white male with dark hair covered by a curly blue wig, wearing a full clown suit.
Someone tried to abduct a 1-year-old girl. That's crazy. If a clown tried to steal my 1-year-old kid, I would 1000% turn into Batman after that, bro.
Yo, is that him?
Find this in the police station where we just went to, so I can't verify this, but apparently the FBI became involved with the threats in Oakland specifically because there were so many threats about the schools that the FBI decided to get involved in this and like investigate the social media accounts that were doing in this. And then what we did, like that wasn't even online, what we did find out is that there was someone in 2016 who tried to kidnap a baby dressed as a clown.
Off the bat, finding out that someone had almost been kidnapped by a clown was insane. Maybe it didn't seem so crazy that there might have actually been murders dressed up as clowns, but we didn't know for sure, so we headed to the next location.
Guys, okay, 200,000 likes on this video. Wait, how much likes did we get on my last video that I reacted to him for? 3,000 likes. Guys, if I get 10,000 likes on this video, I will buy a clown costume and do an IRL stream.
Guys, we're now at Bakersfield. We're at the library now. We heard there were rumors here in 2016 that there were killer clowns.
Because I remember we had a movie, but it was not real. I mean, of Wasco. Yes, I mean, it's just a horror movie though. I'm like, I don't know.
That's what the name was?
Yeah.
The Legend of Wasco. What she said was interesting though. There was a clown movie that came out.
I don't remember seeing this.
Wasco, and it was in 2015, like the year before.
What the fuck? I could have played a part in it. Oh, he changed his shirt. He's no longer Ghost Edgers anymore.
In this area, and we're trying to look at
Yeah, the people already know.
My boys were like terrified, like a couple. It was like a couple years ago. Like,
yeah, we're just trying to kind of figure out if there was any truth to it or if it all was just made up.
Florida's convicted killer clown released from prison. Marlene Warren's son, Joseph Aarons, and his friends were at home when they said a person dressed as a clown rang the doorbell.
Oh, I saw
He
this
said that
video
when his
going
mom
around too.
answered, the clown handed her some balloons. After she responded, "How nice," the clown pulled a gun and shot her in the face.
Oh my God.
Why is she laughing, yo? Someone get her.
Gosh. Dressed as a clown in the 1990.
Yeah, I remember on social media seeing like clips
Yeah.
of people, like a girl and maybe a
Yo, why there a dinosaur right there, bro?
media seeing like clips.
Yo, what the fuck that dinosaur doing right there, bro?
People, like a girl and maybe a couple would be in a car and then they would be like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, I saw this video, bro. Hit a
People are
clown, bro. It's
interested in it
insane.
because It's just like it was so big. Everyone knows about it. If you were alive in 2016, you knew about the killer clowns. I was terrified of them. Every dude I know was terrified of them. I'm just kidding. I wasn't terrified because I'm obviously, like I said, I bench 315.
Okay, buddy.
I'm just like really wondering.
All right, guys. You know what? If this video gets too
Started this. I thought the only
actual killer dressed as a clown was John Wayne Gacy, which was a very popular serial killer.
I can imagine there was multiple killers.
There probably were a lot, to be honest. I'm just wondering if there were any in 2016.
We
Probably
now knew that there
not,
were
but
actual
probably.
incidents involving people dressed as clowns, and that there were some clown murders, just not in 2016 that we found yet. So I thought we might stop by the police station to see if we could get any reports of anything that might have happened. So apparently in Bakersfield specifically where we're at, there were an incredible amount of sightings and reportings.
Jesus.
I think.
You know what though? I never like in 2016. I never saw like clowns going around or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, it was just something that I would see on the internet. You know what I mean? I think I was at middle school at the time too. So I mean, I guess I would have seen something, but I don't know.
It got so bad that in a single week, apparently, there were over 20 reports. Either there was one dude going crazy, or there were a lot of them.
20 reports,
That's
bro.
what I was saying, bro. The clown mafia.
clown team.
Dude, that would be crazy, bro. Like we're interviewing, we're like trying to figure out what the clowns are. A small car rolls up, and then 20 clowns come out with bats, and they're like,
Bro. We need Gavin alive, bro. Come on.
Documentary about there were rumors here that there were like killer clowns, and apparently you guys got a lot of reportings, and we're just trying to see if that's true. In 2016, it was a minute ago. Damn it.
You can't go check the back?
It's looking bad so far, guys. It's not looking good. Why are you smiling like that?
Sorry. You just look so cute.
Yo.
Stop it. You look cute.
Really? This cameraman is so...
No, the clown we talked to, she said she was very affected. People were obviously scared of this. Was there attacks happening? Were there killer clowns?
You know, killer clown you're looking for is out of
Boston.
How does he know? Bro. He rolled up on them. How does he know? That was the wrong one. Oh my god, I'm getting used to this still.
That's where that movie came out of.
Really? That's where all the rumors started? No way, bro heard us from the car. Bro was driving. Oh, the killer clown. I know them. That random dude driving by gave us the best lead we've had all day. So with that random dude's advice, we headed to Wasco to hopefully see if there were actual killer clowns and how this whole thing even started. We're now at the next location, Wasco, California. I've heard from my contact that there was some police involvement.
My contact, aka just a fucking random dude in the side of the road, bro.
So I don't know what that means. We're of course starting at the library here. It's a much smaller town / city than
that shit look like Blaine County.
That's a good sign.
Toledo Bay. Oh, it's closed.
Well, it looks like we're gonna be going straight to the police station.
Damn.
In 2016.
That's a weird ass police station.
Yeah. We just opened last year.
Damn.
Where were the police before that? So basically, the only reported thing here was multiple phone calls of scary clowns.
That guy was a fake. That guy was a fraud. I'm just kidding.
All we had absolutely figured out was that there were multiple killer clowns, just none that we had found in 2016 yet. But in 2016,
they were all like
there were lots of real threats and even attempted things such as kidnappings. And finally, that the Legend of Wasco horror movie might have had a lot to do with this whole trend. But I had one final person
if it came out prior to that, then that would make sense.
Who studied the fear of clowns, where we could get our final clue on what really happened.
My name is Frank Andrew. I'm a psychology professor at Knox College in Galesburg, Illinois. I study a wide range of social behaviors from an evolutionary perspective, including the topic of creepiness.
I first want to talk about why clowns are such a common fear, because a lot of people I know are just terrified of clowns.
Well, and before we get to that, let me talk a little bit about a personal story from 2016 when the killer clown craze was going on. I was contacted to write an article about why people get creeped out by clowns. So I wrote this article that got a lot of buzz and people were looking at it. But the downside of this was I then became the poster boy for the guy who was ruining the careers of professional clowns. There was this ring.
You're fucking up our jobs, buddy. Why I oughta.
There was this ringleader clown on the West Coast who started stalking me on social media, doing everything he could to destroy my reputation. He went so far as to call the president and the dean of my college. So getting back to your original question, what is it about clowns?
Bro's just trying to do his job, bro.
Well, they're designed to be creepy. We're creeped out by uncertainty. when we're interacting with people, we like to be able to predict what's going to happen. We want to know if this person's going to be a danger to us or not. And so we have rules that we follow, right? There are norms of how you interact with people. And when somebody violates those rules, they
Are you a serial killer? No.
immediately put us on our guard. Clowns, by definition, do everything outside of the norm. They don't dress like normal people. They have the makeup and the wigs.
God, that's fucking scary.
You can't tell what they're really feeling. They got a smile painted on their face, but are they really happy? If you go to the circus, you expect, all right, there are going to be some clowns there. They're following a script. But if you look out your window at midnight and you see one standing under the streetlight in front of your house.
Bro, if I saw a fucking killer clown at my doorstep, I would cry. I would fucking cry if I saw a killer clown at my doorstep. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Different story.
And then I guess I wanted to ask about clowns being used so much in scary movies.
Pennywise.
Is it because the reasons you said, or is it something that's just become like more popular?
American Horror Story.
I think they showed up in the movies because they are automatically a little scary and creepy to a lot of people. The movies started popping up right after the John Wayne Gacy situation. So when you give somebody a word association test, clown, right away serial killer comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there. I think after the dust settled, after that whole scare, there were very few actual incidents of...
He pulled her arm, literally.
And that
Oh,
wasn't
this is
the first time there was a killer clown.
Wait, was that the mom that got like tried to get abducted? The girl? Oh, that okay.
Of the phase going on in like 1980s.
Creepy clown sightings didn't actually
places
started
like
in the
that.
80s.
There were occasional geographical areas where suddenly there were clown sightings and people were afraid of it. But it didn't spread all over the world because there was no internet.
So after going over
Yeah,
absolutely everything,
it was harder for stuff to get around because the internet was so. It was either just coming out or no. This is the 80s. This is the 80s, so it wasn't even like. It wasn't even a thing. Damn. So that means that like everybody was not in the loop.
here is my theory. Clowns. They're already scary, like the psychologist said. Then we have someone named John Wayne Gacy, very infamous serial killer. He murders a ton of people dressed, which then inspires horror movies even more. Then in 2015, the year before this happens, a horror movie comes out about killer clowns in Wasco, which is where we went, and there were a lot of reported sightings. Then in 2016, social media is getting bigger, so I think people started
So it
taking
was all
videos
just
because
like a
of that
butterfly
movie, and that
effect.
slowly grew into this unbelievably large trend of killer clowns. There were some incidents, but it was mostly just stuff getting investigated. I couldn't find any clowns that actually murdered people during the time. By the way, I checked how many of you guys watching are subscribed, and it's extremely low. So please,
It's not me.
it would mean the world to me if you guys could subscribe.
Gavin, I'm
Help me
subscribed,
get
I
to
promise.
2 million so I can collab with Sam and Colby. Peace.
Oh, I'm on my alt account. I'm on my gaming account. Anyway, guys, that was a W video. Go subscribe to Gavin. He's a really good creator. We watched a couple of his videos in the channel before. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.